Hello friends and welcome to toolslearn.com. This is Virender and today we will learn about the concept of IDs, which is more like similar to classes but have some differences, which is very important. So let's get started. So this is our basic structure and we are having cascading, style and shades with no classes in it, which means that now we can't differentiate between these three words. No, actually we can, and with the help of IDs also. So give it an ID of R, give it an ID of G, and give this an ID of B. So this means that we had given three IDs to it. And if you remember, we uses the same name RGB for the classes, but we use for the classes a dot R dot G dot B. But in the case of IDs, we use hash in before starting the symbol. So hash R color red, hash G color green, and hash B and color blue, and save it. And let me delete this paragraph. I won't be needing that anymore. Save it. So hit F12. Okay, it's taking. Okay, so red, green, and blue. So these three colors had been applied over these three different letters with the help of IDs. So what's the difference between the classes and IDs? I mean, we can we are achieving the same effect with the help of IDs also, and we are doing the same thing in classes too. So what's the difference? Well, for explaining the difference, I need another example. Let me get a P and slash P and P and slash P. Okay, and here say hey there. Okay, copy this, paste it in here. Now we have four different paragraphs. Actually, the two paragraphs are same and identical right now. So in the first paragraph, give it a class equals A, and the same way give it a class equals B, and give this one a ID equals A and an ID equals B. So if you save it, now let's do some effects here. First of all, dot A, which needs to be color red, and dot B, which needs color to be blue. Likewise, A color to be red and B color to be blue. Save it. So as these two paragraphs have the classes and these last two paragraphs have the IDs, if you see that it has a class A and it has a class B, which means that the first line should be red, the second one should be blue. In the same way, ID A and B, that is A is red and B is blue. So the hey of both these paragraphs should be red and the there of both of these paragraphs should be blue. So let's check it out. So yeah, it's worked in the expected way. So now what's the difference between the classes and IDs? Why to use two different concepts while they are working in the same manner? Well, you can use more than one classes in for only one element, whereas in the case of IDs you can't use two different IDs in the same element. So let me take a dot p, let it be font size to be 40 pixels, and hash p, and increase the font size to be 40 pixels also. Save it, and if you go there now, if you want to apply more than two classes, I told you you have to press p over here, and in the same way let's apply p over here in the id2. So if you save it and hit F12, so you can see that uh, changes took place in the case of classes, whereas in the case of IDs, it get confused and it doesn't understand what's going on. It's taking a class. It's taking an ID which is A space B P, not it's not taking two different IDs, but in the case of classes, it's taking two different classes. So in overall, classes can use the effect of two or three different classes or more than that, but the ID can be used only one times. So that's it. I think I made my point, and you guys had understand what's the basic difference between classes and IDs. This is a very important concept, and it will be used so much in CSS. Okay, so in the next tutorial, we will be covering some basics of the CSS. Thank you and